Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. People are getting ready for a possible black swan in September, so we have to talk about the party in today's video. We also have to talk about the SEC coming after, or going after, Nfts, and, at the very end of the video, we have to talk about BitBoy person, something occurring with Bitcoin. Let's listen carefully now. According to a tweet from Brad Garland's house, the promised celebration of success has arrived. It's been quite a ride over the past few years. On September 29th, I hope you'll join me for a toast to this happy occasion. That's right, New York City, gents. As you can see, our guests are already beginning to arrive and prepare. Look at this, for example. The month of September is also a good bet. Is it possible? Right? Celebrate, why not just party with the magnificent moon? The Mid-Autumn Moon Festival takes place on September 29th. Isn't it amazing how magnificent the moon is? Right? For those who own XRP, this would be a fantastic day. Why wouldn't it be, given that on that particular date there will be a party? Right. A large number of people, or at least what seems like a large number, are expected to show there, right? You can see for yourselves that a community has developed. And there's been some talk about planning a trip. What I find most peculiar about September is that I should have known that guy 123, who was before tolerable, would turn out to be a great guy. Now, take a look at this. As you can see, the playing field needs to be leveled out right away. Now, September, take note of this man. Do you guys see all the other X's and crosses? Or you could just use a standard font. In other words, the color is simply black. Right? Yellow, however, is the color of September. Even gold. Is there a meaning to that, fellas? Right? September is the golden month. We also need to discuss the possibility of a black swan event occurring in September. Right. Perhaps there will be bad news bears before we even get to that celebration. After a 90% drop in value for Evergrande, real estate broker Ellis Frank tweeted that China's Lehman moment is today. If that happens within 3 to 4 weeks after the 2008 stock market crash in Perth due to a contagious event, then you'd be absolutely right. So, Evergrande is practically falling apart right now, right? The market could crash in as little as 3 to 4 weeks if the current trajectory holds true and a contagion or contagion issues materialize. Right? That's interesting, if you're looking at the shares of the China Evergrande Group, right? It had been trading near 146, but has since plummeted to 22 cents, right? Something strange, I'm telling you, happened on the 27th, reportedly affecting global markets and Chinese markets alike. Investors rushed to the safety of the United States and other developed nations in search of higher returns on their money. Therefore, we must keep an eye on China, as a black swan event may be on the horizon. What's even more peculiar and out of the ordinary is this. There has been a recent flurry of reports indicating that large amounts of cryptocurrency, in this case, more than 5,000 Bitcoin, or roughly $130 million, have been transferred from one exchange to unidentified wallets. In addition, using Bitcoin, $144 million, or 5,500 Bitcoin, were transferred to untraceable wallets. Right. What's up with the whales, if you please? Why are they trying to avoid these conversations? The fact that so much cash is suddenly disappearing suggests that now is a good moment to take stock of the dangers you face. Right? What good is success if you can't cash in on it? Exactly. We were just discussing the $3 billion in assets we have here, which we acquired in 24 hours for a net inflow of $300 million. Right. And then, B-News, if the $7 billion in assets have a 24-hour inflow of minus $166 million, but a 7-day inflow of minus $500 million, you guys are correct. So why are people avoiding these conversations now? What do they know that we don't? In September, I sense that maybe an exchange may explode, right guys? But I can't say for sure. Who can say? Keep in mind BNews is releasing whales first, and those who are too dense to heed FUD and for fear losing their money are likely to do so right this second. According to Nance, however, at this time I cannot say whether or not Nance will collapse. If China is poised to collapse, I think Binance will perish in the ensuing chaos. This is where they should append their economy. Perhaps once more, China, right, and links to BNews, Tether, possibly infectiousness concerns. Very interesting, if you ask me, you guys, right now, with all of stuff is going on. In addition, some Coinbase Worldwide Inc. wallet assets may show a zero balance due to a display error. I mean, what the heck is going on with their front-end developers? The fact that some assets purportedly have a zero balance. Just like that, it's gone. Coinbase, a global cryptocurrency exchange, prematurely wiped everyone's balances due to an internal error. I assume an improvement to that will happen soon. Again, there are a number of odd occurrences in these communications. How about it, fellas? In addition to Ben is a no user allowed well, and I don't think they've ever had limits like these before, either for depositing or withdrawing. Thus, we have cash, with a weekly deposit limit of $10,000 and a daily withdrawal limit of $300, or $750 weekly. Excuse me, but... So, they'll gladly accept $10,000, but it'll take you 13 weeks to get it back out. One or more of the following is a current or former member of the Prime Trust. I hope you had a successful hunt. Wow. Create a bond by striking a connection. The Strike platform's funds have dwindled dangerously low. A weekly deposit of $10,000 would only allow a withdrawal of $100. Wow, you nailed it. Where, therefore, is this supposed financial support coming from? Guys? To what? And are these surfaces being put to? Something very unusual has happened, and I don't know what it is. Right? Perhaps it was a harbinger of things to come? To put it simply, a black swan is a planet for religious and practical considerations. September's conclusion date may be pushed back to November. Stop everything now, or worldwide bank runs will lead to lockdowns and martial law. Everything is organized in advance. It contradicts the Bible. I needed to make sure before proceeding. More confirmation will be obtained by me when it becomes available. Right? In my opinion, once you have received even a single confirmation, you can consider the matter closed. All of these things, I mean worldwide bank failures, are said to be very, very likely to take place. Right? I have no idea of these other details, such as what happened in 2020. I was here in 2020, and it seems like a lot of the same themes are emerging now. Who knows, guys? Best to be ready just in case. For every situation that may arise. I like this than the alternative. If you want to avoid losing money, it's best to err on the side of caution. Now, however, we should always err on the side of caution. The SEC has to be discussed. We're going for broke here, boys. Nothing you own is secure. Right? You might as well be a safety, too. Who can say? Look at this. Written by Elena Surratt. What is going on here, exactly, is that the SEC has now brought its first NFT enforcement action against Impact Theory, effectively tripling the offerings of unregistered crypto asset security suites. Originating with the SEC. Today, we filed charges against Impact Theory LLC, a Los Angeles-based media and entertainment firm, alleging that it obtained almost $30 million from hundreds of investors through an unregistered issuance of crypto asset securities in the form of claimed or alleged NFTs. Right. Wow. What are you doing? Right? Do you still remember that Donald Trump has a collection of NFTs? Right? We do, too. However, with my NFT collection, gentlemen, you read the TOS before you buy, it's only a collectible. in addition to graphic novels. Right. Use cases are non-existent. Okay, the purpose of art is art. However, I'm assuming these people made promises to investors and the such, right guys? Now. But wait, you say, how can an NFC be a safety measure? Let's give it some thought. Not possible. It would appear that they are leaving immediately if all goes as planned. If things are this horrible now, just think about what the future holds. In a sense, the SEC is getting this money for free. Investors of all stripes lack the protections granted them by the extensive disclosures and other precautions historically established by our securities laws if offers of securities and winter reform do not undergo registration. The SEC allegedly made an honest effort to seize anything could be sold for a profit. If our SEC were to fail, I wouldn't be very concerned because everything will be lost in the inevitable collapse. Each and every one of them. Do not overlook the 1 second chair bank failure in Silicon Valley attributed to cryptocurrency, blamed on Gary Gans. How could something like this happen? Right? This is how you can tell that they are making up the whole crypto blame story. According to the predictions, 90% of the population has to die. The largest Silicon Valley at the time of its demise. You saw that this nation is the second leading stable coin in the world, and Bob and Deepak each have $3 billion, so it's fascinating to think about how everything came to be. Wow, that was really helpful, Crypt. I appreciate it, and I'm afraid my time is done, gentlemen. You can't really hold me responsible, USCC. My gut tells me that it's a solid D. No, remember, that was just a few banks that imploded or failed, right? A bank failures imagined during the term economic wipeout, and that's when things are going to get horrifying. So I'd be very wary if I were you. Now, onto the BitBoy crypto news, because something is happening here. Bitcoin crypto Twitter accounts are no longer under Ben Armstrong's management. This is, what? No one listened to me when I said a Bitcoin was going to prison, though, right? Holy crap, what's going on? Just hold out until he serves a ban in prison. Armstrong was let go from his job as a result of the damage he caused financially and his substance usage, so I have no idea what is happening here. Wow. Right. This, then, is the supposed crux of the situation from the day before. The parent business of Hit Network, BJ Investment Holdings, took swift legal action to have Ben Armstrong removed from the company and the Bitcoin crypto brand in particular. This challenging choice is typical, as it represents an extended attempt to aid Ben during his relapse into substance misuse and to make amends for the emotional, physical, and financial harm he has caused to his network staff and the Bitcoin crypto community. Holy crap, you guys are nuts. Right? I mean, he doesn't seem like the kind to have issues with drugs and alcohol, so I guess I was wrong. Who would have thought this would come to be, and then be surpassed? Wow. That's a good point. I'm a recovering addict, and the thought of someone taking pleasure in someone else's suffering makes me want to cry. I've seen some of his other videos. So I know he makes these, too. He clearly did not mean to do it. In the end, you never know what someone is going through behind the scenes. For this reason, it's probably best to treat other individuals with kindness. Right? I really hope he ends up with some better guys. Okay, so we'll wait and see, right? Just kidding, fellas. So, what do you guys make of this mess? Things, one hopes, will improve. Not just the crypto elite, but everyone. Generally speaking, you're right, guys. But there we have it, fellas. Many positive developments are occurring. Things are picking up speed, as we can see. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. See you later, bye.